We're here at Rockskins. We're just going to do a quick tutorial video on how to wrap a guitar once you receive your Rockskins wrap. So I'm just going to walk you through the steps that you need. So what we have here is original Ibanez guitar that we had kicking around. So we're going to wrap this today as our victim. So first things first, I'm going to walk you through a few things that you're going to need beforehand. Pair of scissors. You get yourself a nice sharp blade, an X-Acto. One with a 45 degree would be probably better. As well as a heat gun or a hair dryer would be fine. Heat guns are pretty hot, so if you're not comfortable with using that, you can use a hair dryer. Also, we want to make sure that you're using ISO 100% or 90%. You can get them from 70 up to 90%. So you'll have to figure out what you can get your hands on. Okay, so what we're going to do to get started, we're going to wipe the guitar down. We want to make sure that we have no prints or grease on it. So just using the isopropanol, it's going to wipe it down. Just give it a good clean. You're not going to harm the clear coat on it. You just want to get any of the grease or dirt or debris or anything that can be on there, especially your fingerprints. If you could try to avoid touching the surface while you're doing this, it's recommended. So once you're satisfied, you've given it a really good clean, and you don't feel any lumps or bumps on it, then we can get started on our wrap. We're going to do the sides as well. So today, what we're going to do, because we want this to go around the whole back side of the guitar as well, what we have for you is a tobacco. This is actually a cherry tobacco sunburst. Replicating an old 59 Gibson. So we're going to give this a shot and see if we can make this look like something today. Finish it off and try and step you through best as possible to make this work for you. So let's get started. So first things first, what we're going to do is take some paper, just some construction paper. You can use tracing paper if that works for you. You're basically going to lay your guitar upside down on that image. And what you want to do is just trace around the image so that you've got something to follow as a guide, so you can trim off the excess of your guitar. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that basically is what you're going to follow. You're going to take your scissors and tape that down like so. Okay, so now you want to just make sure that you've got it the right way, unlike what I did. Okay, and for fitment, we know that we've got more than enough on our sides, left to right, top to bottom, but what we want to do now is we want to trim just slightly outside of that, okay, so that we can kind of get a better placement for our graphic. So we're just going to follow around. You know, you could leave more, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch would be fine. We just want enough to break over our edge. So we're just going to go around that whole unit. There's no rush, take your time. You don't want to make the wrong cut. Once you've cut, you're not coming back. So unfortunately, you'll have to contact us and we have to send you a new one, which can get costly if you keep making the mistakes by rushing this. The one thing you can't do with any kind of a wrap is rush it. Okay. So now that we've got that, what we're going to do is make sure that we are going to fit over all of our components, okay? It's crucial that you really follow around the whole guitar to make sure that your placement is going to be where you're hoping to. Always peel back, you can have a look, and you can maybe see this way as well on your bevels. You want to make sure that you're going to get over that edge on all parts, sorry. Okay, so once we have that, realistically, you can remove your template, which you can even see better where your burst is going to be on the guitar, or whatever graphic that you've got for positioning, okay? So we can remove that. That's the only step that we're going to need for that, okay? And this gives you a better perspective is for placement. Feeling around that again, just to make sure that's where you want it. Sometimes it's better you could get somebody else to hold for you, if you like. I pretty much have done enough of these that we don't have to worry about that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to tape some tape, and we're going to put it on the back side to keep this into place, okay? You don't want it sliding around. It's important that once you're happy with your placement, that this next step, you do that. Just to tape that down. That stops that from wiggling around. You put one more in just to be on the safe side, if you like, in the middle, because we're going to start from one edge and work our way backwards to the top. So there we go. We're all set up. We've removed all of the hardware. You want to take all that off because it makes it a lot easier to not have to work around any extrusions. The volume knobs, the pickups, the bridge, everything comes off. This way it's a very clean, very flat application. Okay, so we're ready to go on this. All we have to do now is start to peel our backing back. Try not to have your fingers on the actual vinyl itself. You want to peel the backing, and you just want to do it slowly. Try not to stretch the image. It does come off fairly easy. So I like to hold this downward, and you can peel this back like so. I usually go to about 3 to 4 inches. You can do less if you like. And what you're going to do is you're going to remove this portion of that. So you're exposing the application surface. Now, once this happens, you're going to lift this. It's hard to tell on here, but our material has got a bubble-free application. It's called rapid air technology. And it allows you, if you do nice, clean, smooth strokes, you can get this to lay down almost perfect with no air bubbles. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow along the seam of my backing. I'm going to take a soft cloth. This works fine. And I'm just going to back and forth. Just slow, even strokes, not very hard. It doesn't take much for this to go down. If you make a mistake this way, if you don't put too much pressure on it, you can snap the vinyl up. But it's got a pretty good grab to it, which is what you want. You don't want to go over the edges yet. We'll leave that. We're just going to take it to our edge. Okay? Once we've done that, Now we're going to carefully peel our backing up, and you should have these now can come off. And now we've got the other side. Sometimes give it another wipe just in case any obstacles or debris got picked up, or you might have missed something. You want to make sure that you got everything cleaned up the best you can, still keeping your hands off of that. Now we're going to peel this portion back. Come this way. I recommend holding it on the backing like this, because it keeps it more rigid, keeps it straight across, and it's easier for application, okay? So now we're gonna do the same process again, just slowly back and forth. Once we hit over our pockets, where all our hardware mounts, just lightly go over them. You don't wanna push too hard because you'll put a dent into it, and that can cause some ripples into your corners. So slowly peel off some more as you go. If you keep it fairly low and snug, I've got a little bit of tension on it. Tension's your friend in this stuff. So once we've done that, you're just going to slowly apply that until you get past all of your pockets. You got the Harley shop across the way firing bikes up. Okay, so we're going to keep going until we feel like we've pretty much covered everything. So you want to just go around with your fingers and just take it to where you think we've hit the edge. So I'm just going to follow that around. Take your time again, no rush. And you just want to almost define your edge just a little bit more. So this has got a slight taper on it. So we're going to just use a cloth until we can find that edge again, okay? And if it does lift, you can lift it up, and like magic, we can get rid of all the air bubbles. It's a very good product that we use. We don't cheap out. It's an automotive grade, so it will last for sure. Okay. Again, we got a little lift there, so you just want to rub that down. Again, just defining your edge. Don't worry about it rippling right now, because we're going to clean all that out after. Okay. So we're just following around. Sometimes you have to persuade it a little bit. You can put a little bit more oomph behind it. It's pretty resilient, this stuff. It can take a beating. So once we've got all that done, we're pretty much at our next step. So we're closer. So as you can see, we've got that portion now done. Now we can do a couple things right now. I think what we'll do is we'll work on the outside edges and get that to lay down first, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish up everything else in the final trim. Okay. So now we're going to use the heat gun, or a hair dryer for that matter. You just want to go over the edges, keep the heat moving, don't keep it too close. You just want to get the vinyl to relax so it'll go over the edge. So what we're trying to do here is just soften up the vinyl. Just keep it moving, don't do it too close to the edges. As you can see, the vinyl starting to just turn over, which is all we want to do, is keep it moving. Once we've done that, we're just going to slightly bend over the sides just to show the edging. So we want to get over the arc. That's our key point here. So we're pretty much ready to go. Just want to have that nice smooth edge. A little bit more heat, you can see how it's slowly bending over. Doesn't take much. Just take your time. And then you can use your thumb and just rub around the edges. Once it's all down, you're happy, you can lift it up just enough so it's still breaking around that edge. You want to have a nice tight trim on the guitar itself. So we're just going to lift this up just enough before it breaks the edge so that we can trim this out.
To where you started. You take your blade.
As you go, just remove away the vinyl. Again, just take your time so that you can make sure that you've got a nice clean edge that you're cutting away. It's always good to make sure that your blade is razor sharp to ensure a nice clean cut. If you take your time, you'll end up with great results. If you rush it, it's not going to work out as well as it could. Now we're going to carry on. We're going to move to the inside of the guitar. We're going to feel for pockets in a minute here. So these are the areas that we're going to be cutting away next. And again, just like the edges, we're going to just trim away the inside. Take your time, make sure your blade's nice and sharp, don't go in too deep, just enough to cut the vinyl. So just start the same process again. You're going to trim everything away. So once you're satisfied with everything that you've got, put X's into all the holes where the screws are going to be drilled in, and just double check that you've got everything. Give it a wipe down, and you're pretty much good to go. Ready for the next step, which is assembly of your guitar.